First horse in my horses to follow is a bit of a strange one in the fact that he's actually run already this season and he's been over fences. Um, but I think they're getting it all wrong with him. I don't think he wants fences yet. And I don't think he wants 2 miles. I really believe he's a 2.5 mile horse, and that is Pembroke. So for me, Pembroke's best run last season actually came when he finished second in the Grade 2 behind Rock My Way. Now, Dan Skelton is adamant he got outstayed. I think he did get outstayed by a horse who stays 3 mile. And with that in mind, the fact that he was only rated, what was he rated over hurdles? 135 over hurdles. They should have stuck to 2.5 mile. They didn't. They dropped him to 2 mile for the county hurdle. He disappointed. Where was he? Way back in. This is the wrong year. No, it's not. Where is he? Here he is, back in 17th. Then he went to a Grade 1 over 2 mile again. He finished 5th. He ran okay, but you can see he went off 33 to 1 for a 2 mile Grade 1. He's not a 2 miler. He's not a Grade 1 horse. He's a proper good handicapper, though. And I really hope that after being beaten recently in this novice chase at Uttoxeter, they'll realise that he needs to do one of two things. He needs to go back over hurdles or he needs to go up in trip. And I think they'll realise that he needs to go up in trip, and we might find that he ends up running over 2.5 mile over fences, which will be fine. But I just felt there was an opportunity to win a few races off his current handicap mark of 135 over hurdles. And the Coral Cup would have been perfect for him. I really believe that if he'd run in the Coral Cup last year, he would have gone very, very close. Although, in hindsight, they actually won the race with Languedan, so probably didn't need him in the Coral Cup. But they could have ran Languedan in the Martin Pipe. They could have sent Pembroke to the Coral Cup and ran Favois in the County Hurdle. I honestly think they could have won potentially all three by doing it like that. So yeah, I mean, he didn't beat a 133 rated hurdler over fences. I think he was actually going to finish third if I like to move it had stayed up and unfortunately not broken down. So yeah, I mean, that's not a Grade 1 performance over fences at all. The one thing I would say that's quite interesting, do you know who won this race last year? This novice chase? Oaken Risk. Now, I know Pembroke didn't win, but Oaken Risk won a novice chase last year. Looked like being very progressive. Where did he end up? What was his big win of last season? The Betfair Hurdle. He dropped to hurdles and won. Just demonstrating that just because they go over fences doesn't mean you can't revert them to hurdles and pick up a big prize if you think your handicap mark is quite nice. If Pembroke gets beat again next time over 2 mile, potentially against something that's 140 rated, I can certainly see them giving up with fences, dropping back to hurdles, and step him up in trip. And I think that would be really key for him. If he did step up in trip and he turned up in the Coral Cup off around 135, I'd be really, really keen on Pembroke in the Coral Cup.